Assessing Pulse Gamer, the O.C.G. Hanging out with my cat, about to restart Silent Hill 2 on hard for the last time. I had an issue that interrupted me. So I'm restarting and just making sure I'm live. I know she knows. Making sure I'm alive. Boom. Ta. Ha ha ha! Oh, I said something! Ha ha! Ha ha ha! Got him! Sorry, I'm just doing some prep before I start. I got pretty early in this and I decided to restart it because I missed some shit. Trying to get 100%. Okay. The echo, but you gotta get it right now. Oh, my legs are killing me. No, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. See what happens, cat? Do you see what you do? Nah, it's not a big deal. Let's do normal. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Do default. Well, maybe. I'll just do New Game Plus and I won't use the chainsaw. Because in New Game Plus you get a chainsaw, but it pretty much makes the whole fucking game a cakewalk. I'm not trying to do that. But in New Game Plus you can also get more collectibles, and I want to get all the collectibles I can, so... Well, man... But then you can't get all the... I'll just do... Yeah, let's just do normal. A lot of people didn't have faith in this. They thought this was gonna suck because the developer who did this remake, Bloober Team, they had never done a proper survival horror game. They had done like Bloober Team did the Blair Witch game. They did the Medium, Layers of Fear, and Layers of Fear 2 and all that. And the thing about their games is they're good. They had good atmosphere, good horror. But they were walking simulators. Like they were designed to be walking simulators. You know what I mean? Horror games with no combat, where it's mainly just a narrative thing. And this was the first game they had done with proper survival horror gameplay. So a lot of people didn't think they could do it. And the Silent Hill fan base is really fucking toxic, so they sabotaged it. I was one of the few people who had faith in these from the beginning, because they nailed, in their prior games, they nailed the atmosphere. And the most important thing about Silent Hill is the atmosphere. The whole game rides on the atmosphere. If you fuck up the atmosphere, it doesn't matter. If you get everything else right, you failed. So the fact that they had done the atmosphere that was kind of similar to Silent Hill before, and it was fucking awesome. Gave me faith that they could do this remake and do it justice. And I was right. And all the people who said this was going to be shit or, oh my god, this is so bad, had to eat their words. And now just about everybody agrees this remake is fucking dope. Like, they pretty much proved everyone wrong. But I had faith from the beginning, and it exceeded my expectations. And I was somebody who believed in it. So, like, this remake is so fucking great. Yeah, they're terrific. And you said you like horror games, so... They're some of the all-time classic survival horror games. And this is a terrific remake that gets way more right than it does wrong. Like, this is almost perfect.
Mary. Could you really be in this town?
And as we go through, I'll explain to you what they changed. And how the ways they improved upon it, for the better, in my opinion. I don't think they did anything in this game worse than the original, in my opinion. Like, this is a very strong contender for Game of the Year for me. Which obviously is highly subjective, but for me personally, this is fantastic.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday.
I'm actually one of the first people who to get a platinum
You never did.
for this game in the world.
Well, I'm alone there now.
This came out
In our
on the
special
8th, and I think I got the platinum on like the 10th or the 12th, and when I got the platinum, it said 0.1%, so 1% of 1% of people got in the platinum. Like, I mean, I was in among the very first people in the world to platinum this.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place.
Remember, if somebody comes up to you and starts asking you about your special place,
Mary really be
scream rape and run away.
Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
No, don't touch me there. That's my no-no square. This game is so good because they were able to effectively up what made the original game great, and they were able to mitigate a lot of the flaws. The original game excelled in its story, and its atmosphere, and its world. And they have expanded that. They made the storytelling even better, they made the atmosphere even better, and they greatly expanded the world. So, you would explore the town streets in the game of Silent Hill, and they made the town about twice as dense A lot of places in the original game that you couldn't enter, you can now in the remake. So they upgraded the story and atmosphere and things that were terrific about the original game. And made that better. And then the weakness of the original game was the combat. Even when this game released, because the original Silent Hill 2 came out in 2001, it's been over 23 years. Even by 2001 standards, the combat in Silent Hill 2 was never that great. It was just okay. And the boss fights were kind of trash. Even people who love Silent Hill 2 will tell you the boss fights weren't that great and the combat wasn't that great. A lot of people put up with it because for the world, the atmosphere, and the story. But they dramatically overhauled the combat in the remake, and they completely redesigned all the boss fights, and the combat's actually really good now, and the boss fights are actually fucking awesome. And the original game didn't have a whole lot of enemy variety. There was only a couple types of enemies, unfortunately. And, they've definitely improved it, but there's still the enemy variety is not amazing. They added like new variants of all the enemy types, and to a certain extent that does help make it add more variety. But it's still the base game only has like 4 enemy types, and I definitely would like more enemy variety. But that's still a nitpick, and they did greatly improve it. Have you ever played any of the classic Resident Evil games? Or any of the Resident Evil games? Well, if you've played the classic Resident Evil games, Silent Hill had very similar combat, the original Silent Hills, but worse. It was basically just you would lock onto the enemies. You just hold the attack button, you lock on the nearest enemy. You know what I'm saying? No fuss, no muss. So, and you can only have one weapon equipped at a time, then you have to pause the game and go into your inventory, pick a different weapon, and so you'd have melee weapons and you have guns, so you'd have to have a gun, then swap to melee, then swap to a gun, then swap to a different gun, and you have to pause the game each time. In the remake, you no longer have to choose between a gun or melee, because they did it in an ingenious way that you have both. If you just press the right trigger, once you get a melee weapon, because you don't have one at the start of the game, you will use your melee weapon. And if you hold the left trigger and then press the right trigger, you pull out your gun. So now you can have melee and a gun, and you can switch between them really quickly, which creates a lot of really cool opportunities. Like you can pop an enemy in the knee and then whack him upside the head. And all the guns now were assigned to the D-pad, so you're not having to constantly adjust.
It's like someone's groping around my skull.
And that's what this game does so fucking well, is the atmosphere. The atmosphere in this game is just fucking perfect.
excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
okay, so obviously atmosphere is good in any game you play, but ultimately atmosphere is fucking crucial to a horror game. It is what takes a horror game and elevates it to making it a good horror game. It is just horror anything. It's the difference between a good horror movie and a bad horror movie, fucking a good horror book or a bad horror book. Like Phantasmophobia. You really like Phantasmophobia, you're waiting for it to come to consoles. Imagine if the atmosphere in Phantasmophobia, I hope I'm saying that right, imagine if that sucked and it was just a cookie cutter atmosphere. The game would not be nearly as good. Like, the atmosphere is fucking vital to a horror game. So when a game like Silent Hill 2 just has fucking atmosphere in spades, it really speaks for a lot.
I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road you can't miss.
Silent Hill was never perfect, but fans were willing to put up with a lot of shortcomings because the atmosphere was so fucking great.
It.
Thanks.
But I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog either.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to explain, but...
And here in a second I'll explain one of the main
I'm not
differences.
lying.
No, I believe you. It's just...
Between Silent Hill and Resident
I don't
Evil.
really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
But why?
I'm looking for... someone. Someone very important to me.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry, it's not your problem.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
My cat loves to sit on me while I stream. Almost every time. She sees me bring out the controller and pop, she just loves sitting here. I love her. She's such a good kitty. Yeah, she's my darling. I love her. We've been together for years and years. But okay, so basically, in my mind, there are two schools of horror. They can come in a bunch of different varieties, different shades, but they predominantly fall into two schools. You have in your face, boom, 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 horror, where it's like, oh shit, they're breaking down the walls. Go, 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 go. You know, they're coming, they're coming. Which is Resident Evil and a lot of other horror. And then you have slow burn horror, which is more about a slow, inescapable feeling of dread. That the walls are closing in on you. Something's not right here. It's suffocating. Resident Evil is the first school horror. Oh shit, the zombies are coming. They're breaking down the doors. Fuck, run! You know, there's a giant licker trying to eat me. Silent Hill has always been the latter. A slow burn, psychological horror. And one of the things that's so effective about this game is it starts out seemingly tame, and it's like they just slowly turn up the pressure as you play through this game until by the end it's like, oh shit. Because things get more and more crazy and disturbing the further you go into this game. So This game, that's how it has differentiated itself from Resident Evil. A good example would be like Resident Evil is like a Dario Argento film, over the top, a little bit schlocky, blood, guts, gore everywhere. Whereas Silent Hill is more like The Shining, the Nicholson Shining. Just a slow sense of something's not right here, and you just see them, Jack Nicholson fucking descend. And they, at their peak, they were rivals, friendly rivals. Okay, Resident Evil used to look at what Silent Hill was doing and try to one-up them, and Silent Hill would look at what Resident Evil was doing, and it was a good rivalry because it wasn't hateful. It's just like, oh shit, guy across the hall is doing this, we gotta one-up him, and it resulted in better games for both of us, for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was like a good example of rivals. Like, oh shit, we gotta let's make sure we stay competitive with them. But Silent Hill didn't last like Resident Evil lasted. Resident Evil has kept going to the present day and has actually entered a streak of really good games. Like the last 3 or 4 Resident Evil games have been fucking awesome. And so they're like just non-stop hits, you know, starting with Resident Evil 7. But Silent Hill went dormant. They, for a long time, the games they were releasing were mixed reception from the community. And then in 2012 was when they released the last mainline game, Silent Hill Downpour. And some people don't like that game. I do, but I'm not going to go into a whole like fucking spiel. But then they were going to do the Silent Hills with Hideo Kojima and Norman Reedus, and everyone's excited for that. And then Konami canceled it because that was when they were in their heel turn era. Konami became like one of the most hated people in gaming because they shit on Hideo Kojima. They fucking pushed games out before they were ready. They released shitty games, then they decided they weren't going to do games anymore. They were going to make pachinko machines, which are basically Japanese fucking slot machines. So almost overnight, in the span of like 1 year, they went from being one of the best, like well-loved game companies to one of the worst. It was like a whole heel arc. They for years got out of gaming, and then those people who were assholes left, and there's a new company. There's a bunch of new people in charge running Konami, and they're trying to right the ship. And this remake is pretty much the first step in them trying to regain their reputation and make good games again. Because it's not the same people there, and, you know, the proof's in the pudding, so a lot rested on this. But the last main Silent Hill game before this was in 2012. So this series was literally dormant for 12 fucking years. An eternity, over a decade with no fucking news. You know, so there was a lot of apprehension. There's a lot of, oh, well, they deliver the bag. They don't normally make games like this. They have combat and ammo and all that shit, you know. And then Silent Hill 2 is so beloved. It's literally considered to be, the original Silent Hill 2 was on PS2. And it's literally considered to be one of the greatest horror games ever made, ever. So there's a lot of people who were skeptical because it's hard enough to remake a good game, but to remake a game like Silent Hill 2 and do it justice is a colossal fucking undertaking. And if you're not careful and you try to modernize it too much, you can lose what made it special, the vibe, and then you fucked it. And that's why I'm so glad to say that they just fucking nailed it. They kept everything that I loved about the original game, and then they just made everything that was good better. They took the parts that were weak and overhauled them. They knew the parts that were shitty to cut, and they knew the parts that people liked to expand and make bigger. It's just like, this is like a best case scenario for a remake, and it exceeded my expectations. It's fucking terrific.
Did you,
Did
you want anything else?
No.
If you hear me talk to myself, it's part of my OCD.
This fog. Does it seem unsettling to you?
I guess.
And you can have optional conversations with people. I think it's cool.
It's just through the gate and down the path. You'll get there in no time. Good luck finding the one you're looking for.
Yeah. I should probably get going.
Like, the atmosphere of this church is just fucking perfect. You can look and stop and see through the cornfields, see the fucking silo off in the distance. Just like the atmosphere in this game is so delicious. And it's like, with Silent Hill, you've got to be patient. You know, some people would play a game and they expect it to be fucking amazing right away. But with Silent Hill, like I said, it's a slow burn. You've got to invest some time into it before it gets really good. But man, when this game picks up, it is fucking something special. Like, there are parts of this game that just fucking blew me away. And just, like, I've played so many games. Gaming is like my main passion in life. I've played more games than I could possibly ever list to you. Probably thousands of games. It's very rare for a game to impress me. And it's very, very rare for a game to, like, audibly make me say, holy shit, that's amazing. And, like, as I played through this game for the first time, the remake, I found myself saying, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Went to town to get the window fixed. Spare keys in the drawer.
Hello? Anyone in here?
Yeah, no, I don't want you to think that I just play horror. I've been on a horror kick lately because it's fucking October. A spooky season. But I play all kinds of different games. Horror, action, open world, linear, RPGs, hack and slash, shooters, first person shooters, third person shooters, RPGs. I pretty much play everything. There's very few games that I don't really like, genres. I'm not a big fan of strategy games, you know, the top-down strategy games. I'll play a couple of them, but I'm not, like, super into it. And I don't really like puzzle games. Like, I like puzzles in games, but I don't like it when the game is just puzzles, if that makes sense. So, you know, I love a wide variety of games. I play a lot of Souls-likes, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Sekiro, get a lot of games like that. I play a lot of old games too. Like, I don't just play new games. In fact, I have a lot of old games. I have a PS1, PS2, PS3, original Xbox, a 360, a Series X, a Wii U, a Switch, a PSP, a PS Vita, a 3DS, a Dreamcast. I actually have a Dreamcast. I do like open world type games. I agree with you there. I think they're like the purest expression of open world. I think open world games are like the purest expression of games. But yeah, I play a lot of older games too. But yes, open world games, okay. So the thing that differentiates games from movies is the interactivity. That you can interact with it, you know what I'm saying? You're not just a passive observer. So to me, an open world is the purest distillation of that idea. Where you can freely decide, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go there, and where you're going to go in the world next. So yeah, I really like open world games. I love Assassin's Creed. I love Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. I love GTA. I love fuck, there's plenty of more games. Skyrim, Fallout, like, Ghost of Tsushima is one of my all-time favorite games. I thought the open world in that was just fucking amazing. The Road Runner. Even this game has open sections in the town. You can kind of freely roam around. It's not just strictly linear in a lot of places. Yeah, I played the fucking shit of RDR2. If you remind me, I will actually show you a picture of me at the midnight launch for Red Dead Redemption 2 with my father. I have a picture from back in 2018. We went to the midnight launch. We had that shit pre-ordered. And I put over, I know, at least 300 hours into Red Dead 2. At least 300 hours. I would say probably a lot more than that. And fun fact, my birthday is May 18th. The original Red Dead Redemption came out on May 18th, 2010. So the first game actually came out on my birthday. And so did Alan Wake, actually. And those are both games that I fucking love, so that's cool. But yeah, I played the shit out of Red Dead 2. It's one of my all-time favorite games. Yeah, it really pisses me off. I have so many people who have played fucking Red Dead 2 and haven't played the first game. And I'm just like, fuck! Don't do that! They're like, well, it's a prequel. I'm like, yes, I understand it's a prequel, but I'm like, you will appreciate it so much more if you just play the first game first. Like, see this flower shop right here? In the original game, this flower shop was here, but you couldn't enter it. They made it so you could enter it in the remake. Just a touch I really like. Mrs. Cassandra, a customer came in today, ordered a mixed bouquet, red and white. I tried to explain it's bad luck, but he couldn't decide on just one. He seemed a bit off, looked at me like I wasn't even there. Then he just left, said he'd be back to pick him up later. I just wanted to let you know since I might be gone by then. Yeah, I get that. It's just there's like so many references and so many story things that you don't get if you haven't played the first game. Just, you know they ported Red Dead 1 to PS4 and PS5, right? You can play it on modern systems now. Just so you know.
What is this?
I hope to eventually get it. Well, the new version anyway. I own it, the original.
More of that stuff.
It's worth playing. It really is. But obviously I'm not going to beat you over the head with it. They do such a great job of capturing the feeling of just a desolate, empty town. Shrouded in the mist. I fucking love it. Which, fun fact, the mist from Silent Hill has become like its most notable trait. But The Mist was literally at the time created out of a technical necessity that then wound up becoming part of the series. Because, okay, so
Wait.
the first Silent Hill was made on the PlayStation 1 in 1999. And most of the horror games at the time, following Resident Evil's example, used pre-rendered art, pre-rendered backdrops. You know, PS1 games did that a lot because they could do more detailed art, you know, than they could handle polygons. But the problem with that is that you would have to use fixed angles because if you move the camera at all from that angle, you'd see it was just art, flat art. That's why all the pre-rendered art games you see had fixed camera angles. So with Silent Hill 1, they wanted to have twisting camera angles, which required them to basically do the whole game in real time, unlike Resident Evil, which is pre-rendered, because in Resident Evil, it would snap the camera to different angles, but they were set angles. You wouldn't see the camera pan and rotate. They wanted to have a lot of sequences in Silent Hill where the camera would move and come through and wobble, and that was not really heard of in 1999. But they found that when they were rendering the game in 3D in real time, that the draw distance was really terrible, as you might imagine, because this is fucking PS1. So they wanted to come up with a way to hide the draw distance. So like, oh, fog! And then it became a fucking calling card of the series. And I love stuff like that, I really do. They took what would have been a shortcoming or a weakness and incorporated it into the design of the game. I dig it. And of course, by this point, they're actually, one of the things that's really impressive is they're using volumetric fog. As I may have mentioned before, and I'll mention again, most games, even modern games now today, use 2D sprites for particle effects, so fire, smoke, flame, because 3D volumetric particles are really computationally expensive to render. But because the fog is so important to Silent Hill, all of the fog on this game is rendered to 3D volumetric fog. It's an actual object that has weight and heft and can roll into stuff and curve into stuff instead of a flat texture. And for this game to render that much volumetric fog at once is actually really technically impressive. So we've kind of come full circle from the fog being used as a crutch to hide a technological shortcoming to the fog being technologically advanced. Like, this kind of fog wouldn't be possible in earlier hardware.
Hello?
And there are parts when the fog picks up, and you can really see it blowing and billowing into shit that would not be possible if it was just a static sprite. And this game is on Unreal Engine 5, and Unreal Engine 5 uses Lumen, and it's really advanced lighting technology, right? But very few games have ever properly taken advantage of it. Even epic games like Fortnite, Epic made Unreal. This game uses Lumen to beautiful effect. You'll see it more in the interior areas, because obviously it's kind of hard to have stunning light when you're in the fog. But like when you're in the areas, you can see light shining through, and there's some parts where the lighting in this game is just insanely fucking striking. Nutrition supplement, which is your minor heal. Basically, there's the supplements, and then there's the needles. And it's pretty cool. I'll show you something cool about that here soon, actually. Okay, so in the original game, you could pause, and you'd have to go like this and use the health item, and it was just done out of real time, so it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of a fight. In this game, you can now hit triangle to heal with the medicine, the minor heal, the nutritional supplements, and then you can hold triangle to heal with the syringe, which basically is a full heal. It's like some minor heal and a major heal, depending on if you tap the button, if you hold it. But they've readjusted it because in the original game, you could heal no concern in the middle of a battle. It didn't matter. Now, you have to stop and drink it, and if you use the syringe, you can't run or move for a few seconds. So now you have to carefully plan out when you heal, because if you fucking stop to heal with the syringe in the middle of battle, you're going to get whacked. So you have to carefully find, do I have enough space to EpiPen myself? So they took like a modern thing and they incorporated it to make it even better in the remake. And made the healing more intense and impactful. And I love shit like that. Because there's no risk in the original game. You just pause at any time and use health. Now you have to factor in, do I have enough time to guzzle this shit? And they also added a dodge, so you can dodge attacks, but you have to do it right at the precise thing is narrow window, but it makes it really intense, because you almost get hit and dodge out of the way, and it adds the element of skill to combat, whereas pretty much before, enemies were going to basically hit you no matter what you did in the original game.
Stay back. Is this what I saw in the fog? Whatever it is, it's not human.
I was like, it's funny, it's like the major health item in the game is a rusted needle. It's like, I in no circumstances would feel okay with putting that inside me. But, you know, any point in the storm, I guess. A dirty used needle. It's like, is this how you get HIV? I'm pretty sure this is how you get HIV. If you gave me the choice between dying or having to use a dirty used needle, I have to think about it.
Where are you, Mary?
It's just one of those funny gameisms. Another thing they added in this game that I really like, in the original game, the cars are static. Now, you can break the windows in the cars, and a lot of the cars will actually have items in them that you can get. And I really like that thing of breaking the windows and scavenging. I think it's a really nice touch.
Is that?
If you're reading this, leave. This place is not what it seems. Sometimes you just have to look behind. Run away, run away, run away. Like, see, Andy's bookstore and the laundromat here, these areas were in the original game and you couldn't go into them. Now in this game, in the remake, you can. And I love shit like that. They made the town like twice the size, but they didn't just pad it out, they made it twice as dense. That's the proper way to make a town in the game bigger. It is really cool. This tells you kind of about the cult. You get the backstory here. In March of 1965, the town of Silent Hill was visited by the Maine Psychological Research Association. After thorough examination, a team of expert dowsers from the association concluded the area surrounding the now historic Wilkes coal mine to be highly active. They also expressed their hopes for further research and exploration of the gorge. Those hopes, however, were never fulfilled due to the location being restricted as a historic nature preserve, as declared by the Silent Hill Historical Society. Additionally, the idea was met with resistance from the local community, which claimed that the nature of the association's research would hinder tourist activity in the area. Questioning the credibility of our research and hiding behind day trippers seems like an excuse to prevent us from seeing what's really out there, commented one of the researchers. Unfortunately, none of the local representatives were available to comment on the matter. Editor's note. At the time of publishing, there exists no evidence supporting credibility of radiesthesia or proving effectiveness of any dowsing methods. Opinions expressed in this article do not reflect the author's views. Now, this is actually kind of a backstory because it turns out that all this shit from the town is because of a cult. They're like the cult of Metatron, and they basically fucked up the town. So them saying you can't explore here is basically the cult doing it. So this is kind of like a tongue-in-cheek nod to the original game. Because the first game is all about the cult. Second game doesn't have nearly as much to do with them. But then if I had to explain the whole thing, you would be here all fucking day. And I'm not sure you want me to go on a fucking super long tangent about Silent Hill lore. Yeah, I thought you were gonna come in the window and surprise me, didn't you, motherfucker? Didn't work out the way you thought, huh? Like, when I get into a game, I really get into it. I learn who made it, why, the engine, how it works, the staff. Right now, I don't have a gun, but you do get a gun later on. You get a lot of weapons. Right now, it's kind of the beginning of the game, so I'm starting out with shit. But like I said, when I get into a game, I fucking love the game, you know? I really get into it. I get, like, obsessed with the game. I have an obsessive personality. I always have. So, when I love a game, I really love the game. And I learn all this shit as much as I humanly possibly can about it. You also need to watch underneath the fucking cars. That's another cool detail I like. If you wound these enemies while they're crawling, they'll leave a blood trail on the ground when they crawled. I think that's super cool. So these are optional collectibles. But in the original game, you would just lock onto the enemy. You'd hold the button and you'd lock on the nearest one. So there's no such thing as hitting specific spots, because it was a lock-on. In this game, you can actually aim, so they actually have specific spots. Like, if you hit an enemy in the back, you'll do more damage and knock them down. If you shoot an enemy in the leg, you can stumble or stagger them. If you hit an enemy in the head, you'll do more damage. Ah, you bitch. And just for the record, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. It's much harder than it would be in normal. So, if you're wondering why it takes so long for me to kill enemies, that's why. Well, I'm sorry. Are you getting back up? Well, I don't fucking think so. I'm gonna fucking curb stomp you harder than Edward Norton in American History X. Okay. What are they? I shouldn't go through. I don't know why. I won't. They don't stink, but it feels like they do, and it's not all. You'll read a lot of really fucked up notes in this game. The door that wakes in darkness, opening into nightmares. And you know, on an unrelated topic, man, American History X is such a great movie. Honestly, probably the highlight of Edward Norton's career. He convincingly plays like every stage. Young, innocent teen who loses his dad, vile fucking racist, and then guy who's just trying to make up for what he's done. Such a great movie. And it's really hard to portray a character in so many different states and convincingly portray them in all of them. Like, if you had given that to a lesser actor, the movie would have fucking sucked. I already knew the code because I've played this before. You can come in here and you can find optional stuff to help you. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if it's like deliberate. I mean, of course, it probably is. All the gun in this is like a bird's, like it's penguin handgun, and the shotguns were like all the ammo in this has like an avian theme to it. See, you can come here, you can find an optional code, and you can get a bunch of health pickups to help you. There's, you know, it's not like mandatory, but this helps you. And on hard, when the game is already, as you may have guessed, much harder, really helps to find all the shit that you can. So. And see, like, you have big districts of the town that you can kind of freely explore. You can find stuff off the beaten path, do collectibles. So the game has more linear sequences, and then it'll have more open areas where you can explore. And I like that balance, you know? Also, a lot of the time, enemies won't recognize you if you move slowly and don't use your flashlight. Where are you, you motherfucker? I saw you. There you are. So you can find some extra handgun ammo in this cop car, which I think is cool. Jewelers. I love the fact that you can break almost every window in this game. Just little stuff like that really sells it for me, you know? The setting, the vibe. That man was here again. I had told him he'd been warned not to come in here. He acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, he got up and left. He didn't make any sort of fuss, but there's something about him that gives me the creeps. When I look in his face, it's like I'm staring in a mask. And there's something underneath waiting to get out. I don't want to be there when that happens. There's just a lot of really... Survive, motherfucker! Beating them harder than a red-headed stepchild. Oh, that's a glitch I've never seen before. Oh, you're not getting away. You're not getting away. Dude, where are you going? I'll just turn it back. Have that ad. Yeah, I see you. And you can tell your health by how much blood you see on James. The lower his health gets, the more blood you'll see. And also the light in the controller will tell you, which is a nice touch. You can optionally have like a blood splatter vignette, you see. But I don't like that, it's garish. And with the blood on him and the controller light, I think that's all the evidence they need. Happy Burger! Feel the craving? You just can't help it? Go for it! Happy Burger! What you need is what you get on the run. Grab some to go! Plus, also, before you die, you feel the heartbeat in the controller. But see, when you use a syringe, you walk slowly until you heal. But it's a full heal, so it's a trade-off. I love stuff like that. Oh, I used a syringe and I found another syringe. Drugs! No wonder fucking James is just able to shrug all of this damage. He's high off his fucking ass on fentanyl! Probably can't feel anything! He's all soothed up! My sense of humor is really dark and out there. Just like this apartment and this pharmacy, they added this to this game as well. It's called the Saul Street Apartments. This wasn't in the original. And I can grab these notes. I was waiting. And these notes actually will tell you about the monsters and some of the stuff I mentioned in lore. I'll write down what I've learned so far. Maybe it'll help you somehow. If you're reading this, I'm probably dead. It seems like they're attracted to light. Louder sounds as well. If you want to survive, stay in the dark. Stay quiet. Probably won't save you anyway. It can be killed. Just make sure they stay down. Yeah, some of the times they'll get up and play a trick on you. This place, all it's ever brought me is pain and misery. See, like, I love the atmosphere in this game. It's just fucking immaculate. Grab the key. Apartment 5 left his key. Says there's a leak from upstairs. Gotta check it out. I'm certain now it's coming from that apartment upstairs. I keep telling them, why won't they do something? It's unbearable. I can feel it seeping into my skin, pushing itself into my lungs. And then she came and washed it all away. It started to make sense again. It's this place I can't fight it. Gotta keep in my head straight. Quick stop a text and then we're going. Yeah, there's some fucked up shit in here. Which you're about to see. He goes to open the door. You can't open it and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that door. It's like, oh, black goo. Mmm. It's like, Gary, were you fucking a squid again? And you have to stick your hand through the hole. And like, they make you press the X button multiple times. It's like, it's like, do I have to? It's like, fuck, I do. Oh, okay, Echo, you can be up here. You can be up here. But you can't be in the way. We talked about this, cat. We talked about this. I'll eat you. I'll eat you. I have you for Chinese food. She's a good cat, though. I love her. Making sure I got everything. Okay. Then thankfully there's a shortcut back down. And you open this, he almost fucking falls off the stairs. Silent Hill Post Office. I wish you could have gone in there, but that's more of a nitpick. There's already so many interval areas in this game. Yeah, I see you, asshole! And this is how you figure out the code, that building from before, but I've already figured it out, so. The code stays the same, so if you remember stuff like that, you can open it early. Nobody likes bitch-ass bugs. Make sure you got everything. There. Okay. I think I've got everything so I can keep going now. I was trying to get the map completely explored, get all the markings and shit on it. Hi, I left my postage here about 5 years ago. Did you guys deliver that? I also just love the lighting here and the way this looks, with the light spilling in through the window and the jukebox in the corner. That's pretty. This is also the game's most famous quote that became super popular. There was a hole here. It's gone now. It's like even on the disc for this, we get a physical copy. I used to get almost entirely physical copies. I still do prefer physical copies, but I have a problem with my leg. I can't walk very far, and the nearest game store is several miles away, so pretty much for the last few years I had to pretty much get exclusively digital. If I could get physical, I would. I don't know what got into him. He just started smashing the thing. I had to throw him out. He ran off, cried he'd fix everything. I gathered up what I could. Still haven't found one of the buttons. Half the record is still lodged inside, but the other part's missing. Figured he must have taken it. Come to think of it, he did run towards Groovy. Anyway, maybe go check up on him, see if he's alright. He lives over at Seoul by the pharmacy apartment 9, which I was just at. But I gotta actually go to groovy music. See, there's just a sense of desolation in the environment that I just love. Like a stillness. Fucker thought he was gonna jump me. I also think this game is gonna get DLC, and I'm really excited for that. That'll be a day one purchase for me. Look at you, Effie. You're such a cutie. Yeah, you're such a cutie. Fuckers. The janitor came in the other day drunk and in tears, had half a record with him, kept yelling we gotta fix it somehow. I was willing to do it just to shut him up. So I got to get the glue from the cabinet, but then he realized he only had the one half, so he ran out. Can't do much about the record. Maybe ask around Neely's next time you're there. Might be one of them there. Which is where I just was. And here's where you find the other part of the record and glue to glue it together. And then I gotta stop by the Texan Cafe. Where is that? Oh, it's there. Because you need to get a coin for the jukebox. And then here's a fashion boutique. There's another building you can enter. I'm looking for it. It's a fucking barber shop. Ah, fuck it. I missed lane. I gotta go back. That's my bad. It's one lane up. Here we go. And of course there's this fucker. Where you going, bro? Now it's too late to run! The Gentleman Style Barber Club. You can find a note. Well, it's kind of like a note, you can read it, but you can't. I saw him again, or at least I think so. He says he didn't, but I don't know anymore. I'm tired, can't find it, doesn't matter. That scraping noise again. See, just creepy shit. And you couldn't enter here in the original game either. Just, I love all the enterable places you can enter that weren't in the original game, that expand upon the world. Okay, now I have enough to progress, and I've pretty much done everything there is to do here. So what do you think about this game so far? Yeah, you like this my shit so fucking nice, this goddamn dude give me them. See, so you have to put the record together, then you have to put the missing button from the apartment in there. Then you have to put the coin in. It all comes together. And playing this music, it jogs a powerful memory of him, for him. And it highlights how great the soundtrack in this game is. Fucking awesome. See, this is basically the Silent Hill 2 theme.
Park on the lake. We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us staring at the water.
He came back after you left. It's fine. He didn't try anything. He just seemed sad. Mumbled something about getting out of town with someone. I was going to let him drive in his condition, so I locked him out. His car should be out back. Maybe check if it's still there every morning. It's the greenish blue one. Plate number ending with 06, I think. But see, they also added these new segments to this game where at key moments in the story, the fog will pick up, become noticeably heavier, start blowing with the wind, and enemies will swarm you and you have to run for your life. That wasn't in the original game. And it's pretty cool. It's kind of a way to temporarily pick up the pace. As soon as you pick up this key to get into the apartments, it picks up like a motherfucker. Oh, alright, I'll see you later, Echo. And in this case, you're better off just running. You can see the fog noticeably picks up and blowing. You can't hardly see in front of your face. Now we're in the first major interior place in the game, the Woodside Apartments. This is when the game really starts to pick up. And where you get your first gun. The handgun. Here's a major puzzle for this area. Also, even the puzzles are different. You can do action. You have two different difficulty settings. Puzzle and combat. And changing it to a harder puzzle setting actually changes the puzzles. So I'm going to have to figure out these puzzles. I only did them on normal. Puzzles are different or hard. 3 bright coins, 3 actors in play, yet within the shade, not one doth remain. The one once so gallant has fled from Day's sheen as far as he could from the icon of sin. The one whom he swore to shield in her life now lies in a grave away from her sight. See, like, that's considerably more in-depth than the original puzzle. On normal. Dear Madam, in response to your complaint regarding the gunshots coming from apartment 217, we have paid a visit to the tenant, and he assured us that he does not own any firearms. He was fully cooperative and granted us access to the apartment. True to his words, we did not find any weapons or traces of using one. Should the noises persist, please inform the janitor. Sincerely, Woodside Apartments Administration.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Here's where we get the flashlight. Because we're going to be running into a lot more darker areas. And also run into the game's second enemy type. These are called mannequins. And the thing about them is they can hide, and they love to fucking hide and ambush you. You need to be very careful, because they will hide in your corner, pop out, and ruin your fucking day.
These clothes.
They look just like his wife's clothes. Now I have the flashlight, and you also, there are times you need to turn it off because they can attract enemies if you're too close, so it creates a more dynamic, which I love shit like that. Trying to make sure. Okay. Locating siblings murder. Perpetrator commits suicide custody. And this is a reference to a future game, Silent Hill 4, actually. Walter Sullivan, the culprit in a recent homicide case, was found dead, having taken his own life on the morning of the 22nd in his jail cell. According to the police statement, Sullivan's death was caused by blood loss, resulting from severing his carotid artery with a soup spoon buried 2 inches in his neck. Sullivan was apprehended on the 18th of this month on account of brutally murdering Billy and Miriam Locane. Even though Walter Sullivan did not strike a former schoolmate from his hometown of Pleasant River as someone capable of murdering children, the schoolmate admits to having witnessed Sullivan in a state of severe paranoia shortly before his arrest. He was blurting out all sorts of strange stuff like, he's trying to kill me, he's trying to punish me, the monster, the red devil, forgive me, I did it, but it wasn't me, he recounts. I guess, now that I think of it, he was kind of crazy, the schoolmate concludes. Yeah, no shit. And then he's getting See? They love to fucking surprise you. Fucker. Shortcut back. And this is where you first run into Laura, the little girl. She's kind of a bitch at first, but you begin to understand why.
Hey! Wait!
You little bitch! But now she opened up a door on the other end of the hall so I could kind of loop back around. And yeah, of all the places for a kid to be, this fucked up town is not one of them. There's actually kind of an explanation why she's here, though. That actually makes sense in the context of the world. It's cool. See, the central hallway right there is open now. Fuckers. You guys need to make sure to look in the environment to check all the stuff you can open. Another photo. The map is your best friend. This is going to show you exactly where you have and haven't been. And you can be easy to get lost. Use your map. Here's the key. We came around to the other side. Always be on the lookout for those fucking mannequins. This game does a very good job of surprising you with them and consistently surprising you with them. As the drawing she did.
Huh. Quite the artist.
Yep, second floor hallway. Okay, now I can go back to the central hall and then go up the stairs because I have the key to the second floor hallway where I didn't before. And now just be on the safe side. I'm gonna save. If I die, I don't lose a lot of progress. Okay. And thankfully soon I'll be able to get the first gun. See, here's the second floor. Oh god, are you on my phone, cat? Yeah, you are. Just hiding my entire phone. Shit. Okay, actually, I missed something. I gotta go back. I'll be able to quickly move forward, though. Oh, no. Fuck. Okay. That's not that bad. Yeah, I was in here, I just missed. And see, you just need to be very careful. These fuckers will love to ambush you. Okay, now we're good. I can go back upstairs. I just forgot that. It's easy to lose track of shit. I'm going to use this key right here to get to the other part of the hallway you couldn't before. I'm sure you've seen Pyramid Head, even if you haven't seen Silent Hill, right? He became iconic, like, outside of the games. You get your first... He's the main enemy of this game, pretty much. And you get your first glimpse of him right here. Spooky as shit. He doesn't even do anything. He doesn't even attack you. He's just sitting there waiting. So it actually makes it kind of creepy. And you can totally miss that too and not even see that if you're not paying attention. Here you can find one of the coins you need. But I think you have to drop some shit in there. Finally, we get the handgun. You know what they say, stay strapped and get clapped! And I ain't getting clapped. There's another iconic scene from the game where he goes to touch his head. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna leave that on your face, bro. $2.12. See, now he's gone. He's only there for that one instance. Just creates a shortcut back to where I was. Handy. This guy has a birthday. Welcome home! And you can shoot all these balloons. It's pretty cool. But I'm not going to waste the ammo. You can do it to get a trophy, but I already got it, so... I can always use more ammo. Shit! See? Fuck! They do a really good job. You might think I'm cool. This prison is of your own making. The choice is yours. I watch you make it over and over and over again. This time's not going to be any different. And I'll be here watching. Yeah, here we come into the first, like, one of the big puzzles. Which is going to be different since I'm playing it on hard. Right where the rooftops pierce through the night, left me homebound footprints with no one in sight. But he has found home, oh please pray tell, on a river of memories leading right to his hell. Right where the rooftops pierce through the night, left our homebound footprints. He's giving you the code to get out of the room. Okay, so right where the rooftops pierce through the night. So right rooftops, left are footprints, right is river. So rooftops, footprints, river. Rooftop, footprints, river. Okay, so he said footprints, that's 7. That's second. So that's 7 is the second piece in the combination. Gotta find the rooftops. Right where the rooftops pierce through the night. You gotta fucking decipher this guy's maniac fucking serial killer drawings. Right where the rooftops pierce through the night. And I don't know the answer to this puzzle because I played it on normal puzzle difficulty. The answer is different now. Right where the rooftops pierce through the night. I'm trying to find something that looks like a roof. Through the night. I'm not seeing anything that looks like a fucking rooftop. Oh, 3. Oh, 13. 13, 7. Oh, on a river of memories leading to hell. Okay. River. I gotta find a river. A river of memories leading to hell. Wait. That looks like a river. Okay, hold on. Okay, I can figure this out. River. I gotta find a river. Which I kinda see that looks like a river, but not. And I don't see any numbers here, so I don't know. $11. Okay, so 13, 7, 11. 13, 7, 11. Right, left, right. 13, 7, 11. Ba-blam! Elementary, my dear Watson. Harump. Oh, those bugs. More ammo, always a good thing. Ooh, it's to the third floor. Oh yeah! That's a shortcut. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, I need to... This is a way through the balcony. Kind of back to where I came from. Let me see, I'm looking 2 for 212. Okay, I gotta go back there. Or did I already get it? Might have already gotten it. Hold on. No. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, it's in 210. My bad. Okay. Ah, okay. See, I almost missed that. It's really easy. Okay. Now let me end this. I'm recording footage so I can make a video about this game. Trying to step into that bit of the content, okay? And that's second floor staircase key. So if I go back out the window and across, I should be good, okay? Open this. Save point, which I will gladly use. More ammo. Which I'll come back to this in a little bit. I'm going upstairs. I need a key for that. Oh, I see you fucker trying to hide. Fuck you. Oh shit, see, there's another one in the room. Oh, you motherfucker. Did you get back? Oh, it got back up. I mean, this is unnecessary. I'm venting my frustrations at that point. Ah, here we go. I know there's something there. I know I can feel it. It looks normal, but it's not. It's underneath, pulsing, trying to get out. Is it trying to get out, or should I get in? I have to uncover it, rip it to the surface. Peel it off layer by layer so I can see it. I know it's there. Okay. That guy's clearly not doing well in the head, but, you know, whatever works. I was wrong. No, I wasn't, but I wasn't entirely right. I need to peel off more, something more. Blood, close. I was looking outside, but it's in me. There's someone inside me. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Bloody apple, and you have to use this to get the shit out of the garbage chute. Are you still awake, or if you're tired, you can go to sleep. I don't want to keep you up all night. See, the coin came out. God damn, please give me Okay, I just don't want you to feel forced or like I'm monopolizing your time. And now I've looped back around, so now I can go down. I'll save again. There's a shortcut back to where I started. I'll open this to unlock it. This is where we run into another main character. That guy's dead in the fridge. More ammo. Oh.
Hey, who's there?
It wasn't me. I didn't.
It wasn't me.
I didn't do it, I swear.
Hey, are you okay?
I didn't do anything. He was like that when I got here.
He... Oh, you mean the man back there? In the kitchen?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't kill him.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not saying that you did. Look, my name is James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
Eddie, okay. So, do you live here, Eddie?
No. I'm not even from this town. It's just...
Something brought you here.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. Well, they came at me. I didn't know what to do, so I ran. I came here. Figured it might be safe, but then I found the guy in the fridge.
Easy, deep breaths. Look.
We were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. How could I have forgot that I'd given her an extra key? The whole time she was standing there, she never took her eyes off me. It wasn't me.
It's not safe. These things, this whole town, there's something wrong with it. Might be best if you just get out of here.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you want to come with? Maybe together we can find a way out of this town.
Oh, sorry, but I can't leave. Not yet. I need to find someone.
Oh.
Eddie, be careful.
Yeah, you too.
Eddie, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I guess.
And we can hop out into the courtyard we couldn't get to before. And there's something in the middle of the pool in the stroller. But this is one of those instances where you gotta be very careful because this courtyard is fucking crawling with enemies. And one thing they changed from the remake that makes the game harder, in the original game enemies couldn't follow you through zones, through doors, because in the original game all these places would load. They removed all the load times in the remake. So once you load up the game, it just, seamless. Before it was like you'd open a door, load. Open a door, load. If enemies couldn't chase you between zones, now they can. So if you need to get away from enemies, you need to get fucking far away. Open that, because it's very unwise to fight these fuckers right here, but you got to get to the baby carriage. So it's wise to jump in, and even if you manage to not aggro them, they will be aggroed as soon as you grab the coin. in the baby carriage, so you need to fucking book it. So that's what we're gonna do. And you need to make sure you go far enough away. Normally I try to fight enemies, but you're not gonna really come back to this courtyard after you leave. And there's 3 of them in a close area. It's not a fight you're gonna have a good chance with. And the first time I played this, I was surprised because they chased me into the lobby. I opened the door and they didn't do that. And I was like, oh shit! See, they actually came through the fucking doors. But if you get far enough away, they'll go back out. Now I need to go back out to the courtyard and get the key, or the coin that fell out. And then I'll have all 3 coins. I can finish the central puzzle right here. I'll save again. That way if I die, I save where I don't have, I haven't lost too much progress. Now I'm going to try to solve this puzzle. It's going to be harder. 3 red coins, 3 actors in play, within the shade, not 1 death remain. The one so gallant has fled from today's sheen, as far as he could from the icon of sin. The one whom swore to shield her in life now lays in the grave. Okay, so the one so gallant, I'm assuming that's the knight or the man. And he said, has fled from today's sheen as far as he could from the icon of sin, so I'm guessing that puts him under the moon. Because he said that's as far from day's sheen as you can be, moon, sun. The one whom he swore to shield in her life now lays in a grave away from his sight. From the icon of sin. As far as he could from the icon. Oh, wait. Let's try this. Ha! His blade strikes that from which the roof does rise, followed by guilt and the mark of demise. The life he once had he is left behind, where once there was love, now a stone resides. His blade strikes that from which the roots does rise, followed by guilt and the mark of demise. So I'm assuming that's the mark of demise is a gravestone. Now, where once was love, now a stone resides, so that's right. And then from the blade strikes that from which the roots does rise. already said once there was love, now stone resides, so I'm assuming that means where the maiden used to be, so that's there. His blade strikes that from which the roots does rise. No, is that not right? Let me... God never is good in them. God never is good in you. And the mark of demise. I'm assuming the mark of demise has got to be that. Oh, his blade strikes that which from the roots doth rise, which means the flower. So whatever... Okay, so the flower is going to be close to that. And then he said, where once was love. Okay, hold on, I think I... No, let me see. No, come on, I can get this. No, because it says from the roots doth rise, so it rises from roots. Flower rises from roots. Followed by guilt and the mark of demise. The life he once had, he has left behind. So I'm assuming it's got to be behind him. So you think that would be it, but then it's not. Followed by guilt and the mark of demise. Life he once had, he has left behind. Where there once there was love, now stone resides. I'll figure this out. Come on. I got the puzzle set to hard too, so. Once there was love, now a stone resides. So that's gotta be it. That's, you know, that his love was the maiden, and now it's the stone. There's no other coin that's a fucking stone. But then he says his blade, so I'm assuming that means the blade strikes that from which the roots does thrive. And from the roots of, you know, followed by guilt and the mark of the life. The ones he once had, he left behind. So he was here, so now he's gonna be here, but then that's not right. Because that's not here. So then it's like, what the fuck then? Like the life he once had, once there's love, blah 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 blah. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like, I feel so stupid that I didn't solve this. Oh well. Oh, he kneels by the crown that casts a cruel shade onto the visage of her who did fade. But then, by them not a soul, not a sight nor a sound, yet evil slithers upon the radiant ground. Okay, so that means the snake. He kneels by the crown that casts cruel shade onto the visage of her who did fade. He kneels by the crown that casts a cruel shade. So I'm gonna assume that the cruel shade is the moon. And yet evil slithers by the radiant ground. So I'm assuming that's gotta be there. He kneels by the crown that casts a cruel shade onto the visage of her who did fade. By them not a soul, not a sight nor sound, and yet evil slithers upon radiant ground. Wait, would that be the tree? Fuck. He kneels by the crown that casts a cruel shade onto the visage of her who did fade. By them not a soul, not a sight nor sound, yet evil slithers upon the radiant ground. He kneels by the crown that casts a cruel shade. And the only thing I can think of is the sun, because it's a crown, it's a circle, and it casts a shade. And then it says, by her visage. So that makes me feel like he has to be here and she has to be here. And then on the radiant ground makes me think about the tree, but then that's not the case. He kneels by the crown that casts a cruel shade onto the visage of her who did fade. Then it says he kneels by, so maybe. Okay, so yeah, like I said, it's hard. He kneels by the crown that casts a cruel shade onto the visage of her who did fade. Visage. So he can see her, so she's got to be facing him. Oh shit. The beast that from death and decay had spawned, he has failed, she's now beyond. Yeah, you decide basically who carries the sin, and each one helps you choose the ending you're gonna get. Ba-blam! Finally, fuck. 201. 201 is up the stairs, okay. See, I really think this game is fucking awesome. You're about to see the other world. See, this is good. This is positive Silent Hill for what it's worth. Then Silent Hill shifts to the other world that's much, much worse. You're about to see that. Exactly how fucked up Silent Hill can be. But we're gonna get the first meeting of Pyramid Head. And this cutscene is fucking amazing. The fucking graphics and the direction of this is fucking outstanding. You see Pyramid Head for the first time up close. He became iconic. And he's basically raping the mannequin. James like, fuck this! I'm out in the closet! And then moves Jimmy. Pyramid's like, I know you're in there, James. You better not be jerking off in there, man. I never did Jimmy. I never did Jimmy. I never did Jimmy. Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, 1 second. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Now I got to see the other world. As we hop into a different set of apartments. Everything is rust, torn, and bloody. The other world is where shit goes from bad to worse. See, these are like the straitjacket fuckers, except they take more damage. and when you kill them, they explode, and they're like a bomb. So you have to watch out for that. It'll damage you. You can break them parts of the wall. Oh, I saw you, motherfucker. Really? Fuck. First comes their leader, most crucial of his quest. His pace slow but steady, he's now heading west. The nimblest one climbs, stumbled through thin air, he's not fallen yet, but he's halfway there. The one that remains can't make up her mind, 25 steps ahead or 5 steps behind. See how fucked up and eerie this whole like other world is? Covered in rust, decay, filth. Sorry. Oh, shit. I didn't. Really good? Oh, sorry. Really? Video 6. Where's video 6? Oh, it's right there. Really, bitch? Oh, come on! Shit, shit. Shit! Save again. Okay. Yeah, and you have to stick your hand in the toilet. Another moment I'll be like, fuck this! Oh. I heard you, fucker. Yeah, I see you. Ah, shit, there's two. there's a fantastic scene coming up.
Oh. It's you.
Yeah. I'm James.
Angela.
Angela. Okay. Look, I'm not sure what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really? What's the point? It's easier just to run. Maybe it's all we deserve.
We?
Me. You. We're all the same.
I'm not like you.
Are you afraid? Sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
No. Not yet.
Did she live here? In this building?
I don't know.
So all you know is that she lived in this town?
What did you say? How did you know that?
Well, I just figured because this is where you're looking for her. How else would I know?
Yeah. Sorry. Did you find the person that you were looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I don't know why I think she's here. She
died 3 years ago.
She's dead?
Oh, don't worry, I'm not crazy. At least I don't think so.
I have to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town really is dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
No, it's okay. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure, no problem.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do. No! I'm sorry! I've been bad! Please don't!
Like I said, that scene is fucking awesome. The way the camera angles, the interactions with the characters, the way her mood switches and her state changes, her agitates, the fucking the her looking in the mirror, it's just a great fucking scene. Great, now I'm back to where I was before, but now I have the other hand of the clock. I'll save again. That opened the M door right there. Here's another puzzle room. The first door is the moon plus the skull minus the circle, okay? Because it corresponds to the moth. The moon plus the skull. Okay. That's the moon. So that's one. That's, they said plus the skull. That's 2. That's 3. So 3. But then I have to count this too. Fuck, okay. So the moon plus the skull minus the circle. Okay, so moon. Okay, so that's 1 right there. Moon. That's 2. That's 3. And then that's 4. And that's 5. With all 3 of the moon, and then, but then minus the circle. And then that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Okay, so that's 2, and then that's 3. So I'm pretty sure the solution is, for the first combination is 2. And then the second combination is the circle times the skulls minus the moon. Okay, so circle times the skulls. Circle times the skulls. Okay, so there's 1, 2, circle times the skulls. 3, 4, and then times the skulls. There's 1, 2 skulls, so that makes 8, but then it says minus the circles, so we're up to 8, but then minus 1, 2, 3, 4, no, okay, so I think it's 2, 4, or how, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Minus the moon. How many, okay, so we had 8, because there's times 2, there's 4, and there's times 2, then we minus 1, 2, 3, so it'd be 5. 2, 5. I fucking suck at math, I really do. I might just look up some of this, because like I said, I fucking suck at math. Five, 2, 2. Okay. No, I was wrong. Oh well, shit happens. What are you gonna do? Yeah, let's stick our hand in another hole with green goop. I love how even he looks like, oh man, I don't want to do this. Oh no, it's the luminescent green goop! It's the bad guy from Sinister! They're gonna drug you, James! Your kid's gonna axe you! If you've ever seen Sinister, you'll know exactly what I meant by that joke. You see now the room where the clock is all warped and destroyed and fucked up. Now we can go downstairs and we're gonna deal with the first major boss fight of the game. Pyramid Head. Which hopefully we have enough supplies and ammo to make it, because it's going to be a tough fight. Oh shit, wrong way. Oh shit, he killed me. First death. Oh well, shit happens. I am playing on hard, so. Shit. I almost did it. Come on. Oh shit, I barely did it. I fucked myself. I should have left him alone. That's my bad. Oh, so funny. I might actually try just smacking him for the first part of the fight. To save ammo. Oh, yep, that's my bad. I got too cocky. Yeah. Okay, but I was doing pretty good up until then. Now I'm going to end this part here, and if you want to keep watching, you can. If not, I'll understand. You watched a lot, so... But this part's already really long, so... I'll be right back.